Hey y'all. So today is not a story time. First of all, if you are new to my channel, go ahead and like, subscribe, and share it if you feel like, or if not, watch it for your own entertainment and your own purposes. Anyway, today I am gonna discuss why I'm leaving my $100,000. Does my neck look sweaty? I feel hot. Y'all not hot? Ooh, it's hot over here in Brooklyn. But anyway, I am leaving my $100,000 job. Yes, I'm out. For you guys that don't know me, I am, oh, I was looking at the damn thing the whole time. For you guys that don't know me, I am a correction officer at the current moment on Rikers Island, and I've had it. Like, I am done. Like, I can't even begin to get into the things that us officers have to endure every single day when we're in those buildings. Not the people that are sitting in the AC in the offices that are just hanging out, you know, kikiing with their friends all day. We're not talking about those kind of correction officers. We're talking about the ones that's in there fighting with the inmates, ducking from chairs and Cambos being thrown at them, and, you know, not trying to make it out all right, alive, back home to their family, not in an ambulance, you know, not going out in EMT and stuff like that. Yeah, I've just had it. The jails are completely unsafe for officers. And for inmates as well. Like, it's not just us. Inmates are getting cut / beat up, like, from left to right. You know, like, inmate, allegedly, I'm just gonna say that, but an inmate just got choked out by another inmate. Like, it's crazy. It goes down, okay? And I have witnessed it. I've been a part of melees. I've been assaulted numerous of times. Injuries upon injuries, and I've only been there for 2.5 years. I've only been there for 2.5 years. So, and not only is it physical, but it's really emotional. Like, I've worked previous jobs. I worked at my last job for Kingsborough Community College for 7 years. Right before I started, like, I literally resigned. 2 weeks later, I started corrections. Like, and I only resigned because I started corrections. I worked there for 7 years, and I never had this type of emotional stress and, like, this, like, pressure. It feels like pressure on my chest. Like, I didn't even know what an anxiety attack was until I got to corrections. I developed anxiety, like, strong issues with anxiety. Can't breathe, gotta use a pump, like, the pump didn't work. Like, it's bad. And I know a lot of people that are still there, a lot of my colleagues and stuff that are still there. I really wish that there was, like, an alternative for a lot of you guys, because a lot of people don't really want to stay there. You hear all these stories about officers assaulting inmates and beating up inmates really bad and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, I don't know what was happening in corrections pre me. I don't know. But all I know is that when I got there, things had begun to change. Like, there aren't officers beating up inmates. There aren't any. That does not happen anymore. And I can attest to that. Not in my jail. I guess she had enough. Not in my jail. And I was in C-73. We were taught differently. Like, we were taught to, one, defend ourselves appropriately with the proper force used, which is chemical agent, which is like mace. It's like a spray. We were taught to, you know, treat people the way you wanted to be treated, follow rules and regulations, and stick to what you're supposed to do. And I can say for my class, when I graduated, the 2016 class in January, that's what we did. We came in, we did what we had to do, and we was there to hustle, get our money, and we, like, I felt like we were so united. We came into an aggressive environment. We came into hostile people. We came into officers that were not welcome. They were not welcoming at all to all of us. A lot of us did not get that welcoming. There were a lot of officers that were like, you know, good to us and showed us the ropes. But for the mass majority, the blanket, no. Because they basically felt like we were coming in to take their money, basically the overtime. And we're coming in with all these new rules, and we want to, like IPC, which is interpersonal skills, like we have to, instead of turning to violence or using force on an inmate to get them to comply with what we needed, we were coming in to try to, they would tell them, like, they would make up this thing like we were trying to give them a hug. Like, no, we were taught that this is what we had to do, because people that were beating inmates up, some of y'all friends, people that's, you know, retired and long gone, now the wrath of what they've done all these years ago is now falling on us. So we were taught to talk. You don't got to spray, you don't got to turn to violence, talk it out. Now, if violence approaches you and somebody comes to you with force, you got to protect yourself. And that's what I was taught. But now things are beginning to change even more. They don't want us to protect ourselves. They don't want us to spray. If I see an inmate fighting another inmate, which I have, and I see an inmate pull out a weapon, which I have, I am, through my rules and regs, supposed to use force to stop a deadly force from happening, to prevent. That is the key word, to prevent. And when I did things like that, I was written up, because they have this thing called the numbers. The department doesn't want the commissioner and people above them to know about these numbers. So I got in trouble for it. But I can go on and on and on about stories and cases. I'm sure you guys have watched the news and seen the multiple officers, captains, civilians, doctors, nurses that have been assaulted, and also other inmates that have been assaulted. Even visitors. Like, I worked in the visiting area for a whole year and a half, and when it goes down in the visit area, like, other people get assaulted, other people get hurt, chairs are thrown, people, like, it goes down. So I was just tired of walking into an everyday battlefield and not knowing, what my outcome was going to be. And on top of that, I just wanted to be around a better environment, like better vibes, like stuff like that really can change a person, and it could throw your whole entire day off. Like, if you wake up feeling great and like happy and like cheerful, and those doors slam behind you, and the captain's like, go to 5 upper, where you gotta be in there with all these bloods, ready to fight, ready to do this, 5 top, 5 main, like 5 main house of pain, like what? And then on top of it, you do your 8 hours. Now you're ready to go home, and you walk into the door, stuck. Walk your behind back to 5 top. Oh, okay. You thought you was going home? No. And don't get me wrong, I signed up for it. I know what I was getting into. But it's totally different from what the department explains it to you. Like, they explain to you what you need to know in case if a situation happens and you need to write your way out of it. I use force because to prevent injury. They don't tell you you're gonna have to spray because somebody might be running towards you with a blade, with a shank, with a knife, with a scalpel. They don't tell you that. And they don't tell you if you defend yourself, you might lose vacation days. They don't tell you if you defend yourself, you might be terminated. Terminated. Like a friend of mine, the day before his probation was over. terminated. Could you imagine going into work and you were assaulted by an inmate and you defend yourself, and right before the day where you are 100% secured within your job, where they cannot fire you for anything that is just like that blows with the wind, where the department, basically your union would have to fight for you, you just get dismissed and terminated and back to square one? Can you imagine that? It's unimaginable. I can go on for days with stories upon stories, pictures upon pictures, but it's not worth it. I'm definitely gonna input a picture of what I looked like when I started the department and stuff like that. But I put this scarf on because I did my edges. But I am waiting for my little baby to get out of school in another half an hour, and I am going to my headquarters, the Department of Corrections, and I am going to hand in my shield and my ID and y'all can have this, okay? I have other plans. I want to be happy. I want to live my life. I don't want to go home in a cast, or you know, with my neck broke or a finger broke, or I don't want those things. You know, like, I pray to God that the department changes. I pray that the mayor sees what's going on before an officer and another inmate or another civilian or someone else is really hurt badly, worse than some of the officers that's already been hurt or possibly killed. I pray that something changes fast. But y'all coming along for the ride with me. I am gonna take you guys and you and Savannah, and we're gonna quit today, so stay tuned.
See an elevator that sounds like that?
So we are in the elevator on our way up to the 3rd floor. I look real shiny. I got my sidekick with me.
Mom, you see an elevator? Mom,
And
you see an elevator that sounds like this?
I probably won't be able to take you guys in with me, so I'll see you guys when I get back. Woo! I'm out of there. I am officially done with corrections. What? And I am so thrilled. Literally, we just walked out the building. I got all my paperwork, I signed, and I'm good to go. They try to talk you out of it like crazy, but I had already made up my mind. I already knew what I wanted to do. So, me and this one, I think she's on vacation. We're leaving. Hey guys, so I just got back home. Like, I know a lot of people feel like so much more stress is added on to them, like once you leave a job, because it's like bills and family, you got kids, everybody you gotta support. But with a job like this, I literally, like when I walked into the Belova building today, the officer that was at the sign-in desk, because you know everything is like you gotta pass this check code and that check code, and the officer was like, boy, you're happy. Like, I've never seen someone so happy to resign. And I was like, girl, you just don't know. Like, I feel like I'm a free inmate. Like, it's crazy that I have to say it that way, but it feels like you're free. Like, I've been on this thing called rec hours. If you know anything about corrections, or if you ever worked for the city, and if you're out sick and you are on rec hours, you cannot be out of the house for a certain period of time. The only time that you can be out of your house is between 1 p.m. and 5 p.m. So you have a total of 5 hours to do whatever you need to do outside, whether that's pick your child up from school, do laundry, do groceries, you know, take a run around a park, you know, go to a movie, do whatever you need to do, go out to dinner. Excuse me, whatever you need to do, it needs to be done between 1 and 5. I literally felt like I was an inmate for the past. I wanted to make this video for one goal, and that is to tell anyone that wants to pursue something that they love and that they know deep down in their heart is for them, and that they know deep down in their heart is something that feeling is like, you can quit a job. Like I read this quote, you could quit a job, but you cannot quit your dream. You can't quit your passion. You can't quit what was made for you, like what's inside of you. You can't quit that. No matter what you do, it'll always revert back to that. Like, and people have to realize, like, we all have a personal instinct that we were born with, and it's some things that you just know. Like sometimes I hear stories and people are like, I woke up just knowing, like I felt something bad was gonna happen that day, or it just, when you have that feeling, you need to start, that's like your intuition, that's your higher being, whatever you believe in, whatever religion you are, that's that feeling you have, that's what that is. Believe it, listen to it. It's there for a reason, and it's not going to steer you wrong. And it's very hard to listen to that, because sometimes it's telling you to do things that you're afraid to do, like quit your job or walk out of that relationship, or, you know, I don't know, don't do something that, don't get into that car with that person, don't do these things. Like, these are things that your instinct is telling you not to do or to do. Listen to those things, listen to your instincts, follow your heart, and be who you want to be, because time is wasting. Every day you're just getting a little bit older, hopefully a little bit wiser, but I always believe that we all have this compass, this calendar, and one day it's gonna be your last day. So use your days wisely. So glad I'm done with that job. But in the meanwhile, stay tuned to see what I am getting into. So, like I was saying before, like, follow your dreams, do what makes you happy, and until next time. I don't know what tomorrow's vlog is gonna be about. I don't got nothing interesting to talk about, but I'll find something. Sure enough, I will. Until next time, see you guys.